I don't know how you do it. I put together some really impressive deals. But this thing you've pulled off, it's amazing. A big and tasty for just $1? How do you do it? What's your secret?
This is Grimace. No wait, this is Grimace. Beginning in 1963, McDonald Land introduced various characters to promote the McDonald's line of products. Officer Big Mac, Mayor McCheese, and others all lived in harmony in the same studio backlot. But in 1971, a new player entered the game, Grimace. Grimace was different. You see, Grimace was initially introduced as a villain to Ronald and his team.
One day, Ronald and his friends spotted evil Grimace running off with loads of shakes and I'm thirsty! Thinking quickly, Ronald disguised himself as a big Hollywood movie director.
I'm gonna make you a star!
The evil Grimace was very flattered.
Would you mind stepping back a bit? Little further.
Asked Ronald.
Just a little bit further.
Splash!
You were sensational.
Even after his weird-as-hell introduction, this Backyardigans reject went on to become one of the core McDonald Land mascots. Little did McDonald's know that Grimace's true rise to power would come later. Exactly 52 years later.
What's up, guys? I got the new Grimace milkshake from McDonald's. Happy birthday, Grimace. That's pretty.
In 2023, McDonald's released a new product to celebrate Grimace's birthday, the Grimace Shake, a combination of vanilla soft serve and berry flavors. It's been described as one of McDonald's fruitiest drinks. Seems harmless enough, but when consumed, an ill fate would befall the drinker.
First sip, here we go.
This whole Grimace Shake death thing became a trend for the limited release window of the Grimace Shake, and McDonald's just embraced the chaos. After all, it's hard to argue against a 10% increase in overall sales in the next quarter. In an exceedingly rare, actually smart move by the McDonald's social media director, the company decided not to hijack the meme and to simply let it run its course. Brilliant creativity, unfiltered fun, peak absurdist Gen Z humor. The campaign was already wildly successful, both on a social and business standpoint, so why would we take the risk to jump in? This was a level of genius creativity and organic fun that I could never dream about or plan for. It was all from the fans, and the fans only. Honestly, based. But that wouldn't stop McDonald's from capitalizing on their accidental success. As it happened, they were just about to try a bold new strategy. And it would all come from another McDonald Land character. One less popular, but far more mysterious.
Ronald McDonald and Friends and the Story of CosMc. One day, a strange object landed in McDonald Land.
Look! A silver flower pot!
Oh, that's no flower pot, Grimace.
Who's there? Hi-ho, Earth people. CosMc here. I popped in from outer space on a trade mission.
Trade?
Okay, I'll take this and trade you that.
I get it. Trade!
Okay, I'll take this and trade you that.
This is CosMc, MC, an eccentric alien who came to McDonald Land to steal food for his home planet. One can only imagine the famine that must be occurring on that distant rock to force its inhabitants to settle for a Big Mac. CosMc only spoke in a combination of robot sounds and normal speech, insisting that he trades things for food.
I want to go to the island.
He was actually voiced by the legendary Frank Welker, and he appeared in various commercials throughout the 80s. Soon enough, he would fall into obscurity. But if there's one thing I know about the modern era, it's that nothing ever really stays dead. Except for my older videos, those will be missed. Except they're not. This is Lavender Coretta, my second channel. I'm surprised by the amount of comments I still get asking to bring back my old content. You silly fool, it's right there. After an undisclosed incident involving an excessive amount of Domino's pizza, they were moved to this secondary channel.
This pizza looks so delicious.
Oh, I want some pizza! Give me some
Move,
pizza!
man! Move, man!
I just made a video talking about the ban on pornography that's currently taking place. So if that sounds interesting, the link is in the description and on my channel page. There's also these things you can check out. This fan server, a Patreon page, and even candles on your shower curtain. Now I can watch you in the bathroom. Alright, back to CosMc. After the success of the Grimace Shake in 2023, McDonald's used the momentum to announce CosMcs, a new chain that focused primarily on coffee and pastries. Never heard of it? Well, most people haven't. CosMcs was kind of an underground thing. Only 5 locations were ever opened. The first was in Bolingbrook, Illinois, with 4 others in Texas. A very notable design detail is the fact that CosMcs is a drive-thru only operation. You can see from this video a customer pulling up to a row of 4 drive-thru spots, with a pull-around to a series of windows in the back. It's a more streamlined version of the double drive-thru design, operating similar to a car wash. The opening day for the Illinois location was a huge success. Reportedly, that location saw twice the amount of traffic for a typical McDonald's, which makes sense. What else are the influencers going to do today? Go to the gym? No. The customer base is said to be largely skewed to the millennials, so yeah, the influencer point stands. And can I just say, this is kind of a genius idea. We'll get into the product soon enough, but the idea of a streamlined McDonald's just for coffee and pastries is kind of baller. Starbucks is huge, and McDonald's is already pretty well known for its coffee, which likely make up a large portion of its morning traffic. I know a lot of people in real life who frequent the chain just for the coffee, so opening up a dedicated place for this clientele isn't really a huge stretch. And I like the design. Deep purples and yellows evoke a millennial nostalgia, where everything was super cool and space themed. It also just rolls off the tongue. CosMcs. In terms of just the marketing strategy, this is a very strong idea. Even with the strong opening, McDonald's own CEO tempered everyone's expectations. Let's not get too excited. Dude, you have a great idea. I don't know why you aren't behind it 100%. I get the markets are reactionary and volatile or whatever, but coffee is a fiercely competitive market. Get your head in the game. At the very least, they did introduce a new app and a new rewards program for the spin-off chain. CosMcs Club. Again, a really good step forward. If you want to get regular customers, introducing a rewards program is a good way to do it. Of course, CosMcs also had the ability to mobile order your food, which is just the standard now. But I know what you're here for. You want to get to know the CosMcs menu. What do they actually sell at this establishment? Just McDonald's coffee? No. CosMcs introduced several original beverages, which is a big part of why I wanted to cover this story. 45 drinks, 18 snacks.
I don't want that much food, man. I'm serious, man. I don't know what the fuck is going on. There's too much fucking rain going on.
Now, this selection did include McDonald's staples like the McFlurry, but there's the original stuff too. I'm going to read some reviews of these products. Keep in mind, the language used is highly positive of most of these, like to a degree where I suspect it might be paid advertisement. I mentioned that I had quite a large order, and he seemed eager to hear it. You know, shit like that. The first drink to catch my eye was the French Toast Galaxy Latte. My first sip was subtle. Honestly, based on the big flavors from the McCafe, I was expecting much more cinnamon and sugar. Being a girl who doesn't like her coffee too sweet, it hit just the right mark for me. There wasn't anything too galactic about it. The color was still a creamy brown all around. The cinnamon was present but not overwhelming, and at no point did I scrunch my nose from the sheer sweetness. On top of that, it's the same coffee you remember from McDonald's. Would I order it again? Definitely. A solid 3 out of 5. How interesting. A completely positive review, but I gave it a 3 out of 5. Honey, you need to get your brain checked. Shaken espressos have popped into the modern coffee culture recently, and I'm loving it. I'm a sucker for all things salted caramel, so I knew this was on my list. The Sea Salted Caramel Lactic Shaken Espresso. For how incredible the name was, I was expecting a whole lot of caramel in my first sip. I'm a big fan of the McDonald's Caramel Macchiato, and I thought the Caramel Lactic would be on par. It had a much softer caramel taste, with the salt coming in as an aftertaste rather than a flavor frontrunner. Not quite bland, but didn't pack a punch, like I was wishing it would. Compared to a Starbucks brown sugar shaken espresso, my favorite of the shaken bunch, the Caramel Lactic lacked depth. It felt a bit watered down, and the coffee didn't feel as present. I'd give it a 2 out of 5. I don't know if I'd try this one again, but I'm willing to give the pistachio swirl a try next time. Can't even blame you for that one. I'm very particular about caramel as well, and nothing beats a caramel crunch frap from Starbucks. When I worked there, I would blend the crunch pieces in with like the frap. God, it was good. Of all the drinks on the CosMcs menu, this was the one with which I immediately locked eyes with and fell in love. The S'mores Cold Brew. There's nothing in this world I love more than a s'mores flavor treat, and I'm on an endless hunt to try every single one. This was easily the most beautiful of the drinks. However, the S'mores Cold Brew didn't have the flavor profile I hoped for. This drink had an artificial aftertaste, and there weren't enough toffee sprinkles for added texture. Overall, I wasn't happy with the s'mores syrup either. While the drink was pretty, I didn't find myself yearning for another sip. Let's be clear, I love cold brew. However, the s'mores drink couldn't measure up to a Starbucks cold foam cold brew. My heart sadly gives it a 1 out of 5. Nobody but Pop-Tarts can get s'mores right. Why? I don't know. But she did just tip us off to one of the main problems here. While the drink was pretty, you know, a lot of these drinks were probably made to look pretty on social media, not to actually taste good. And we're bordering on crumble levels of ridiculous flavors here. Besides the coffee collection, CosMcs also has an array of galactic boosts and stellar sips. Okay, that one's just dumb. These drinks mimic things like mixed lemonades and Starbucks refreshers, but with a twist. Some come with popping boba, and you could add extras like energy, vitamin C, and pre-workout shots for a boost. The Sour Cherry Energy Burst features a tart cherry slush layered over popping boba. While it looked gorgeous, it honestly tasted like a cold cup of medicine. The popping boba was a charming touch, and it made the drink semi-enjoyable. The energy is no joke, though it definitely woke me up. This would probably be best enjoyed in the summer and not on a 1 degree Fahrenheit day in the heart of winter. I'll give it a 2 out of 5 and try again in a few months. You fucking won't try again in a few months. What did she say there? Medicine?
I need the drugs.
McPops are what I would best describe as filled donut holes. There are 3 different types: cookie butter, hazelnut, and apple cinnamon. You can either grab a 3-piece of an individual flavor or a mixed bag with one of each. My consensus for all 3 was unanimous. Positively delicious. The cookie butter reminded me of Trader Joe's Speculoos cookie butter in the best way. The hazelnut was more of a Nutella flavor, and the apple cinnamon was like biting into a small apple pie. They were all soft and fluffy with plenty of flavor. 5 out of 5 for me. Now if only I could grab a whole bucket of them. Get that shit out of here. Chocolate Timbits will always be on top. The McFlurry is one of the most iconic menu items at McDonald's. If only the ice cream machines weren't broken all the time. Okay, so maybe not an industry plant here. CosMcs has its own exclusive McFlurry flavor, the Strawberry and Cookie McFlurry. Was it delicious? Of course! It's a fluffy mix of vanilla soft serve, dried strawberries, and shortbread cookie crumbles. The strawberry gave it a sweet touch, while the crumbles gave it a dynamic texture, said ChatGPT. But really, how could you not love a McFlurry? Another 5 out of 5. I can't even lie. I want this one so bad. Let's take a look at some of the other items on the CosMcs menu. Here, it looks like you can get a blueberry ginger boost, an island pick-me-up, a chai frappe burst, and a turmeric spice latte. That one doesn't exactly roll off the tongue. Or, I mean, maybe it does when you spit it out. Creamy avocado tomatillo sandwich. Pretzel bites? A bit boring. Pomegranate hibiscus? Okay, now we're just getting silly. Wow, such product. So many great things here. Too bad it's all gone. All of it. Earlier this year, the company announced it would be closing 3 of its larger locations and opening 2 small ones in Texas. Apparently this didn't last long because on May 23rd, they continued this announcement by clarifying, actually we're closing all locations. In June, the rewards program was discontinued and the app was shuttered. But the CosMcs name isn't completely dead, because beginning September 2nd, McDonald's will be introducing their original CosMc drinks to a limited number of McDonald's locations across the country. Approximately 500 McDonald's will have the chance to experience some of these drinks, including the Toasted Vanilla Frap, Strawberry Watermelon Refresher, Sprite Lunar Splash, Popping Tropic Refresher, and Creamy Vanilla Cold Brew. Why not at the standalone CosMcs? Well, the reason for the shutdown is cited as brand contradiction, absence of experience, and a steep loss in revenue and sales. Sounds like they built an entire chain of restaurants as a marketing stunt, didn't put their faith in it, and let it wither and die. Which is a darn shame, because I would have liked to try CosMcs at least once. Like I said in the beginning, there is efficacy in this idea. McDonald's, you have something here. I truly believe it failed because your heart just wasn't in it. People my age love coffee, and they love flaunting it on social media. Just get a few pop-up locations going, and in the places that it does well, build a permanent structure. This idea is literally primed for free advertising. And with the streamlined drive-thru structure, it would have put the fast back into fast food, I think. I've seen some reports of long lines. Theoretically, it should run smoothly, but I don't know. That is all for the story of CosMc. CosMcs? An S in there somewhere. If you were one of the lucky few who got to try it, let me know what it was like in the comments. Thank you to our Discord members, our Patreon benefactors, and the people who buy the merch, and also the fan artists. You guys are the real lifeblood of this community, and I will be eternally grateful. Links for all of that are in the description. Patreon members get weekly live streams, they get their name in the credits of every video, and they get a special role in the fan server. So, thank you for watching. I love you all. Good night.